Have a good day.
You have uncovered the glyphs. Very good. It is time we awoke the Oracle from its deathly slumber. O great Oracle, grant us the knowledge we seek. What evil rises in this land? The prophecy is fulfilled. The guildsman is here. You follow the footsteps of the one who bore the mask you carry. Jack of Blades has awakened the dormant power of the Summoners. He has used the blood of your family to feed his new shell beyond the Bronze Gate. But now his soul mask is in your hands. You must use it to feed the Archon's shrine and open the gate. Go now and face your destiny. So Jack has cheated death once more. Never have we encountered a being like him. I do not envy you. The Bronze Gate has long been a symbol of doom in this land. Return to Briar Rose at the shrine. Perhaps she can tell you how to use Jack's soul mask. I must return to the guild. May fate smile on you. It's been so long since I told anyone about Teresa. After walking out of the Chamber of Fate, Teresa fled to the mountains, climbing alone to their summit. There, she was taken in by Palgan, an old will user from the lands to the east. Palgan had been meditating in the thin air close to the clouds, but he offered to take her with him on returning to his homeland. One night, Teresa awoke to find him performing a ritual above her, in an attempt to steal her prophetic powers. She killed him, and used the amulet that had transported him halfway across the globe. She lives in the East now, haunted by her past only in rare nightmares. Balverines. The first Balverine was born of the bite of a creature far more terrible, the Balvorn, who dwelt upon this world when gods and demons were still the primary force. When men first started to walk amongst them, the Balvorn would feast on the flesh of thousands at a time. Only once did a human survive such an attack. He became the first Balverine, and his curse has survived to this day. Briar Rose. Born into a noble family, Briar's early childhood was one of luxury and plenty. But once her strength and unique abilities began to manifest themselves, her world fell apart. Her mother died in an accident Briar could do little to prevent. Yet her grieving father cast her out, and she was left to fend for herself, learning to rely on no one. She has made the guild her home, and it is in its books that she has found the companionship she has never asked for from another living being. It was her burning quest for knowledge that sent her on journeys far beyond Albion during the time you made your mark in this world. But she is here to stay now. Scythe. There is little I can tell you of Scythe's origins, for such knowledge is a mystery even to me. Yet, He is much more ancient than any of this time would believe possible, and has walked this world since long before the guild existed. It has been centuries since he's been personally involved in any action. But of those among us, only Jack of Blades has seen and done more. It's about May. You and Maze had more in common than you ever realized. He too was left alone in the world after a wave of violence took his home away. As a child, he watched his parents torn apart by Wolverines as they walked through the woods. The beasts were about to turn on him when 3 warriors crashed into the clearing. 2 of them were guild heroes. The third was Jack of Blades. In an instant, Jack slew the Wolverines in a show of strength, then killed the heroes. Maze carried this debt all his life. It burdened his every action, and in the end, destroyed him. The Necropolis, the place they call the Necropolis, was not always a city of ghosts and relics. It was once as thriving as any town, and its people as peaceful and content as any other. Yet, there was one among them who was not so satisfied with this life, and bargained the fate of his city in exchange for wealth and power with entities too powerful to comprehend. The very next day, the riches he had desired were his, but he wasn't able to enjoy them for long. A vast force from beyond this world swept the city and wrought utter devastation so swiftly that the dead didn't realize they were no longer among the living. Some still wander the streets, shadows of their former selves, forever condemned by the avarice of one man. Summoners, unseen for almost as long as the old kingdom has been gone, these creatures were once the scourge of Albion. A will user called Havoc, cast out by the Archon for his use of dangerous dark magics, created these colossal beings by reanimating the dead bodies of fallen warriors. People throughout the kingdom learned to fear Havoc, and though it was the magician himself who was the summoner, his creations soon earned that title through their ability to appear out of nothing as they brought forth total devastation. Archon. This age understands nothing of the old kingdom. Archon is a name that has passed down many generations, a lineage of powerful kings united by a unique bloodline. And by possession of the Sword of Aeons, when Jack found it, it was a ghost of the weapon it once was, and the name of Archon has become so detached from the realities of those kings that it is meaningless among the modern men. But the first Archon still casts his shadow in this world, a world that would not even exist had he not wrested it from the gods it belonged to before the age of man. Jack of Blades. The mask you carry is empty, but Jack has used it for longer than you can comprehend. He is no hero, he is not even a man. When the world was a blur of fire and demons, when its soil had felt not the tread of humans and was filled with creatures only your worst nightmares could begin to suggest, even then was Jack old. What you killed in the Chamber of Fate was just the latest vessel he had inhabited. Take good care of the Soul Mask now. Without it, you have no hope of stopping his new incarnation. Nostro. Among the oldest heroes still bound to this world is Nostro, the founder of the guild. He was a tireless warrior who felt at ease only with a moving blade in his hand and the blood of enemies raining down upon his armor. But he did not die the death he craved, for he was poisoned by an assassin, leaving his soul languishing unfulfilled in this earthly realm. You returned the battle attire that was stolen from his grave, but he still seeks an honorable end before he can be truly at peace.